Welcome to Trending Niches episode number 26. This week we've got some extremely good high level trends with like loads and loads of sales right now on Amazon, and also some lower level trends, meaning some of those that are under the radar which are doing really well but don't have much competition. So stick around for those. As usual, I've been using PODCS to find all of these trends for you, and if you want to try it out for free, there's a link in the description, and you also can get 50% off their license with my code PA50. Trend number one is a fairly obvious one, and it is 100 Days Smarter. This is sort of a bit of a sub-niche of 100 Days of School, which is one of the biggest trends right now on Merch by Amazon. It's going to carry on for a few more weeks as well throughout February, which is amazing. So if you're in tier 10, tier 25, this is definitely a trend you want to consider and try out. I'm not saying create 10 designs for this and only focus on this. There is other options, but if you find a good sub niche right here, and that's the key word, a sub niche, then you definitely have some potential to get sales. I do not want you to create a t-shirt that says happy 100th day of school or happy 100 days of school. That's not going to work. Like, yes, there's some t-shirts here that say that and that are doing well, but there's like a million of them. So what do I mean with sub-niching and getting more specific? So while we scroll through this, one example I would point out is this here, for example. So we've got 100 Days Smarter and it's a tiger in it. I don't think there's many tigers while looking through these results. So maybe you could type in 100 Days Smarter tiger and just check the results. There might not be as many results there, so you've less competition, and there's still potential for sales. As we can see here, this has got a 400k BSR, first grade, so you could narrow it down to certain grades. You could cross niche with sports. So here we've got baseball, and there's lots of other sports that you could cross this topic with. Once again, also there, don't always take the most obvious ones. I might also very tempting. Same with animals, it's very tempting to take a unicorn because you can see a lot of them selling well, but that's not necessarily the best option because that's what everyone thinks of first when it comes to cross niching. I found some good examples here that I've saved, which I'm going to show you in a minute, but basically while we look through this, some of the design themes that we definitely see is fun fonts, meaning like very bubbly, rigid, rough, as if it's drawn by a child. Obviously lots of vibrant colors is the way to go, and sort of cartoony graphic styles. You don't want something that's too serious or just a silhouette. Ideally something that fits children or teachers who are teaching children, and therefore also want a bit of a friendly vibe to it. Here's another cool example I found of something that I would definitely recommend doing. So this science teacher has taught 100 days without an accident. So it's a cool spin on the 100 days phrase with the accident part at the end. It targets science teachers, so a specific type of teacher, once again, not just any teacher, and it also has a unique color scheme, so this would be very suitable for women. And it shows in the results of this shirt because it was posted in November, literally like 2 months ago. Very new design, it has 0 reviews, but yet it has jumped 790,000 points in BSR and is now sitting at 470. And by the way, in PODCS, if you come to the bottom, you can also flick through similar designs right here, which is really handy. This is actually another one that I had saved to point out, 100 Days Closer to Summer, which once again is sort of an interesting spin. Rather than focusing on a school subject, focus on the fact that it is, going to be summer soon, or summer holidays, which the kids are also looking forward to. I don't love this design style, but this is another one of those shirts. It was posted at the end of November, so it's just like 1.5 months old. It has 0 reviews, yet it's doing really well with a 200k BSR. So if you think outside the box, and you get into these less competitive phrases or niches with unique ideas, then you've got a high potential of getting a few sales, getting out of the lower tiers, which is, I'm guessing, the goal of most of you watching this video. Moving on, another trend that is completely dominating Merch by Amazon right now is Black History. It is Black History Month in February, so you're going to see these designs selling extremely well, not just right now, but over the next sort of 3, 4, 5 weeks. The top seller right here, 40,000 BSR, that's really, really good. This says 86 sales. That might be about right, like from my experience with BSRs, it could be in that region. Around 50 sales maybe is what I would have guessed. 50, 60 sales per day. Now this one's priced really low, so they're not making a hefty royalty on that, but if they put the price up when it comes to February, when the most eyes are on it, they have the potential to make a killing because their BSR is already really low. They get lots of organic traffic on top of what they might be getting from ads. So right here we see a variety of designs, most of them aimed at women. Two sort of prominent color schemes which I've noticed, which is, first of all, we've got the green, the yellow and the reds all together in one design, as you can see here. But there's also quite a lot of designs that have this sort of melanin brown, the brown shades as text boxes, or just the text colored in as it is here. We've got another example. So there's definitely some ideas or inspiration for the types of designs you want to create. And then when it comes to phrases, just take inspiration from what you see here. We've got Black Teacher Magic, so maybe you could target, once again, different job titles. We've got one here that says Black history is American history, so you could maybe use that phrase and apply a different design style to it. The goal here is to, once again, niche down. Don't be too generic, don't be too broad. That's going to make your life a lot easier. I know it saves you time in terms of creating your designs because you don't have to think much, but if you spend that extra time to find a good design of the year first, then it will actually be worth it because it's more likely to sell in the end. What have we got here? Black History Month. That's a cool idea, crossing the month out and then putting 24/7, 365 underneath, meaning it's Black History Year. It should count all year round. And that's maybe a good idea in terms of what sort of phrase to use. Melanin might be a good, interesting sub niche to look into, just to give you another idea. Overall, tons of potential in this niche. And whilst it's highly competitive, I think if you're in the lower tiers and you come up with a unique idea, there's definitely some potential here to get a few sales. Next up, we've got Cupid's Favorite, and this is an interesting sub niche for Valentine's Day that I found. I did want to find you one that's not too high level and not too obvious, and this one popped up because this design on the left is very, very new. Once again, November 25th, so under 2 months old, less than 2 months old. It's got a 330 kBSR, that's really good. Cupid's Favorite Florist. Right, so Cupid's Favorite, you could use that sentence and first of all apply different job titles to it, like these design examples show. We've got therapist here, we've got nurse, florist once again, and notice how this one is posted January 7th. So literally, what's that, like 2 weeks ago. Cupid's Favorite Spanish teacher. That's a great idea. 800 kBSR right there. The good thing is about this sub niche, whilst there's not hundreds of daily sales happening on these designs, if we actually look at one of these specific phrases, like in this case, Cupid's Favorite Florist, it only has 109 results. And I know like some of these BSRs are not amazing, but there is sales happening. And with 100 results, if you create a design that stands out in these search results, your possibility of getting clicked and a sale is so high, especially if you list at a competitive price. I know some of these are quite cheaply priced, like $13.99, $13.07, but others, like this one, has got a high price and it's still selling. So, right, I've got no idea what's going on. Whatever I type into the search bar, it always comes up with this. Something to do with Amazon. The niche is still safe, but I think you get the idea of what I was saying. That's definitely one worth considering entering because it's a great sub niche for Valentine's Day. Trend number 4 is one of those that is sort of off the radar and has low competition. So a great opportunity here to pick up some easy sales. It says spit pre-workout in my mouth. And for anyone who doesn't understand that, it just has to do with going to the gym, working out, that sort of stuff. I'm guessing this might be some sort of social media meme, or maybe someone mentioned it in a video as a joke and now everyone wants to buy it as a t-shirt. I have no idea, that's just a guess. Maybe it's one of those memes that's gone viral, because all of these shirts are posted on the 17th of January, 2 days ago at the time of making this video. 168k BSR, that's really, really good. And a lot of these other ones are selling as well. Quite a lot of interest, so jump onto this while you can. I don't think there's anything wrong with this sentence. There's no trademarks in it. And just because someone mentioned it in a video or on a meme, that doesn't mean that you can't use it on a t-shirt from my understanding. What I would suggest here is, because all of these, or a lot of these, are just white plain text, try and work in some color schemes like some of these people have done. Try and use bold fonts that cover the whole t-shirt. Bestseller is not really the greatest example because it's quite thin and narrow, so you can do better than that. You can stand out more and hopefully therefore increase the likelihood of getting sales within this trending niche. Right, trend number 5 is another one of these really, really low competition ones that I found, by the way, in this search bar on the side. If you go to seller trends, that's where I found this design because it's, once again, very new, January the 12th, and it's doing pretty well. And when I typed half natty in, like 10 minutes ago, it only came back with 30 results. I can't show you right now because for some reason Amazon has just stopped working. I'm guessing it has to do with their servers. Once again, this has to do with bodybuilding or going to the gym, working out. No trademarks in those words, so seems to be safe to me. Find some nice fonts, some nice color schemes that would suit men most likely. That's who your target audience would be. So don't go too girly with the colours of the fonts. Maybe add an effect like the distress effect on this is probably quite good. And consider tank tops. I saw a tank top selling. That's always a great idea for people who go to the gym because they might actually want to wear a tank top that says that while they're working out. Moving on to the Redbubble trends next, here we've got Care for Cutest Little Hearts. It's got 231 results, so low competition for Redbubble. And it is a sub-niche of Valentine's Day. So this is aimed at nurses. It shows in the color scheme, the graphics. So we've got hats with the nursing hats. Here's an animal with a nursing hat, so that's a good idea to maybe be a little bit more unique. You can also do a more text-based design. It doesn't have to be in that exact style, and I would recommend trying some different ideas to stand out a bit more in these search results because most of the designs seem to be just a few hats, a nursing hat, and the text. So find a way to look original but still target the same audience. And looking at the detail page right here on PODCS for this specific trend, we can see that it is mostly t-shirts among the top sellers, 80% stickers. I could see this maybe working as a sticker, but mainly probably on clothing. And we can see some of the related tags or most used ones. So cute, girlfriend is a good idea. Sometimes having the person that you're targeting is not just the nurse, but someone might actually buy that as a gift for their girlfriend or for their wife. So make sure to include words like that in your listing. I care for the cutest little hearts. That's a long tail keyword that you ideally want to have in your title, description, and in your keyword in your tag. Valentine's Day, obviously, there's different ways to spell that as well. Bear that in mind. Not everyone spells it in that exact way. Then we've got nursing, heart, cutest, funny, couple. So there's some keyword ideas right here. You can find that all in the Redbubble trends section. You just have to click on more information. You also get the average prices within this trend and the most popular colors. What I just thought of because of this color chart is maybe using red. I think they have red t-shirts on Redbubble. Red is the primary thumbnail. You can select that while you're uploading and just use a design with white text, white graphics. That might be an idea to actually stand out quite well within this specific niche. Moving on, another nursing sub-niche. This one is for Mardi Gras. I don't know why all of the nursing niches are trending. Well, I should have guessed really because that's very, very common amongst sort of seasonal holidays that nursing designs do especially well. This one's got 323 results. Obviously has to do with Mardi Gras, so we're going to see a lot of the green, purple and yellow colors. Flick through the trending designs right here. It looks great on a sticker as well. Try and find graphics that suit nurses. You don't have to, like some of these t-shirts don't even feature nursing graphics, but also pay attention to the fonts. The font selection here is very cool. They look extremely nice and contrast each other well. So we've got this sort of serif font right here with the sort of kinks and very characteristic style, and then more of a scripty font to contrast to that. Right, and nurse and Mardi Gras, also a good example of this design, are the biggest words. Just a who loves, it's not very important. First thing we want people to see ideally is nurse and Mardi Gras, because that's the target audience. So I hope that helps you out with your designs a bit and gives you a few hints of how to create better designs. Yeah, let's move on to the next Redbubble trend. Next up, we've got most likely to take a nap. This one is quite a funny phrase. It's trending right now and is often mixed with animals. Most commonly, I think we see cats and sloths, which does make sense because, well, they sleep a lot. Cats are so lazy and sloths obviously are, but you could also do it with other ones. We've got a koala bear there, we've got a cow, we've got dogs. So definitely a good idea to cross niche this phrase with different animals. Just try out a few different ones and see which work best. I like the llama one as well. I don't really love how the text is so small. Like they could have really positioned it a bit differently, where it's underneath the llama or it's split up with some of the text up here, some of the text underneath, just to give it more space and to make the letters bigger. Yeah, maybe they could also have color matched the llama a little bit with their text, like match some of the purple, some of the yellow, and made it feel more professional that way. So once again, some design tips right here. If you're entering any trends, make sure to spend like another minute on your design to actually make it look a bit more professional. And for niche number 9, or trend number 9, we've got I just really like dinos, okay? And that is obviously a phrase perfect for kids. You will need dinosaur graphics, and I'll lay out your text around them. That's quite simple to recreate. So vintage sunset, put a dinosaur silhouette on top of it, and then the text at the top and bottom. Pretty sure most of you can manage to do that. I've even got a free graphics bundle with some sunsets like that, so you can use them for free. It's always linked in the description. And yes, so I hope this trend helps you out. Remember, it's aimed at kids most likely. Also try and make your designs look childish, maybe with the font choice. Very rounded, sort of hand-drawn looking fonts are usually more suitable for kids. Just as I mentioned with the 100 Days of School niche, and the same sort of idea applies there. I just recently launched a podcast on this channel where I interviewed a tier 100,000 merch by Amazon seller, and if you want to learn about some of his secrets to success, then make sure to click on this video next.